Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys all the tea on how to prevent your concealer from creasing. I get this question all the time, like literally all the time. First of all, half of it's free. You can probably already use what you currently have, so you don't have to go and buy anything. You just need to learn these tips and tricks. I'm telling you, it is life-changing. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Do not forget to give this video a thumbs up, you guys. It's very helpful for me. Plus, I can continue to help you guys in getting all the makeup tips and tricks you need at home. So thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video. We're gonna jump into the concealer tips and tricks. Okay, so I'm here with absolutely nothing on my face, as you guys can see. The reasoning for that is because one of my number one tips before going in with your concealer is to use an eye primer. When you use an eye primer or an under eye cream, it's literally life-changing. The reasoning why is because your under eye is actually one of the driest parts on your face, meaning if it's not moisturized when you're going in with a ton of concealer or when you're going in with any product, powder, anything under your eyes, it's really gonna show in the texture and it's literally gonna age you. So you really want to make sure you go in with an eye primer or an eye cream. I personally love this one. This is Bobbi Brown and it's called Vitamin Enriched Eye Base. But as long as you're going in with some type of hydrating under eye cream, you'll notice a big difference. So a lot of people only go on like their orbital bone. I do the most. Reasoning for that is just because I go in with a lot of product under my under eyes and I need it to be sealed and smooth and like perfect. I'm also just being very light under my under eyes. You should always be very light under your under eyes. I definitely feel like the standard for creasing is insane right now. Like everyone's always trying to get rid of creasing. At the end of the day, if you have a crease within your face, it's gonna stay there. It's not really going anywhere. I feel like we have to understand that like surgery is a very different thing than makeup. You should be less concerned about your creasing in your under eyes or within your face and more concerned about like longevity of your concealer, movement within your concealer, all that stuff. So you really want to kind of take that into account, okay? Okay, so I went ahead and did my foundation off camera, so we back. And now we're gonna be jumping into the actual concealer point. You don't wanna look for a product that's like too drying or like a dry or mattified type of concealer, especially if you already struggle with dry under eyes. It's not gonna do you any favors. You wanna be able to go in with something where you go to blend it out and it blends out seamlessly, not something you have to constantly go back and forth over just because that's literally putting away all your hard work and like just wiping it all away. So you don't want to do that. I personally love the Too Faced one. This is the shade Golden Beige. So I'm going to be going in with that. A lot of people are so ready and are just kind of like rushing when they do their concealer. First of all, take your time. Concealer is not something that could be rushed. Secondly, the second I just go in with an applicator, I'm going in with so much extra product that I don't need. So you definitely just want to take a small amount on the back of your hand. You're going to use a brush. This is just from MAC. You can get any kind of brush as long as it's flat. With a brush, it really spreads out that concealer and like creates kind of like a thin layer as opposed to going with a whole bunch of product. The more like dried down or the more like cakey products you go in with under your under eye, it's already like such a sensitive, like soft little area, the more it's gonna tend to crease. Like make sure you are letting your concealer dry down. A lot of people will just go in right away and blend it. When you do that, basically you're just blending out everything that you just put on your under eyes. So you really wanna make sure you let it dry down for at least like a minute. You can put a little timer on. I normally just like chill, get my next product ready for whatever I'm about to do, but you wanna be waiting at least 1 minute and let the product dry down. Once it's dried down, you're going to need a damp beauty blender. This is very keen. A dry beauty blender or a beauty blender that has like leftover baking on it is just gonna destroy your whole art piece. So make sure you have a clean, wet beauty blender. And instead of going right in and blending it, you're gonna take any remaining leftover product that you have on the back of your hand and you're gonna dab it. What this is doing is, now that I have product on here, when I go to push it in, I'm not going to be blending anything away, but more so of pressing in the product that already exists. So you really want to make sure you do that. Life changing tip. And see how like all the concealer's still there? You know, like the product hasn't moved. The reason why is because I used the back of my hand. This is probably the most important key tip to it all. The reasoning why is just because I see this all of the time. Number one, set your under eye. If I don't set this, you can already see what's happening in my face right now because I'm talking and stuff like that. You can see where like the creases have started to develop. A lot of people do not like to set it because they claim they have dry under eyes. So baking's very intimidating. Any type of powder under the under eye is very intimidating. You just gotta find the right one. One that works wonders for me, honey, is the Laura Mercier one. I love it in the shade Honey. The reason why I love it in the shade Honey is just because it is like a golden undertone versus their older one is a little bit more like white. When setting your concealer, literally like looking head on, you're literally setting the creases that already exist. So you really want to make sure that you're either laying your eye flat or your eyes are looking up just so that you get that really nice, flat, seamless surface. I'm just dipping in. With that, I'm not using all this. I'm tapping it off. Very light-handed, and I'm swooshing up like that. Take a little bit more, and I'm swooshing up. But now I'm just getting rid and wiping off the baking. Key point to doing this: never go in with like a huge brush like this. You want to get something at least this small or smaller. The reason why you don't want to go in with like a huge brush like this is it's just very hard to get right under the under eye and get rid of the bake. Instead of going the way your creases lay, look up and go opposite. So you really want to go the opposite way, and you really want to make sure that you get it all off. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please let me know and give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful for any makeup tips. I hope you guys enjoyed how to stop your concealer from creasing all day. I promise you these tips will work. And if you're not already subscribed, do not forget to subscribe to my channel just so you can continue to see more makeup videos like this. Love you.